What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another video for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a quick speed farm guide for getting your ZENKAI Kid Goku boosted up. Now, we've already talked about how to get the stars and ultimately the red stars on him in the previous video with the event rework. This is going to be specifically for getting the ZENKAI power. Now, I want to preface this video with a few statements. The first one is there is no legitimate way to shortcut this process. You are just going to have to get a whole bunch of completions to get all the necessary tickets to summon on the ZENKAI banner. Thankfully, it is 100% free to play, so you do not need to worry about spending a single Chrono Crystal. However, you're going to need, depending on your luck with the ZENKAI summons, between about like 25,000 upwards of like 40 to 45,000 of these tickets. It's really just depending on how many times you unfortunately see stacks of 5. But that is a fairly accurate, I would say, safe range to assume how many tickets you're going to need, and that's a whole lot of completions on co-op. Now, according to Goresh, and another huge shout out to him, he is helping me out as my buddy in co-op for these couple of battles you're about to see, and he was the person that pioneered this strategy that we use to get these quick completions. But I haven't seen him make a video on it yet, so I felt like it would be helpful to the community to get this information out there. Moving past that, the missions and all of the completions in these first 2 days only got Goresh to about ZENKAI 4. Now, he's already done the co-op over 200 times, and then we did it like 50 times together this evening, so I would assume you're going to need to put a whole lot of time into this event if you want him to get ZENKAI 7. I would say at least ZENKAI 3, but preferably ZENKAI 6 would be good stopping points. But if you're going to go all the way to 6, you might as well go to 7. You'll have all the stats, all the boosts unlocked and available. So I'm going to bring up some gameplay and let it play over to the side, explain the strategy that we're using, and put up a couple of resource materials because there is a very specific way you want to do this. I've seen a lot of stubborn and trollish people out there queuing with all types of different characters, but there's no need to use anyone other than the Legends Road free-to-play Kid Goku himself. Legitimately, he's free, he has the most boosts out of any possible character. There's really no reason to use anyone else. We have to get this done a whole lot of times. You might as well make the process as painless as possible. And side note, thank God they added the disband button for that very reason. But moving beyond that, for this strategy to work effectively, you will ideally want someone that you can not necessarily communicate with, but that you can have like an unspoken understanding with, which is very difficult when you're queuing with random. So I do recommend that you get a friend, be it one that you know in real life that plays the game, one from maybe the Discord subreddit for the Legends community, or even, my Discord's a little bit slow, but there's a couple people floating around in there. Or maybe one of the guilds that you're already in. Or if you're not in a guild, try and join a guild with active members, because this is 100 times easier when you have someone that you can set up this relatively specific strategy with. So what you're seeing play out on the side there is going to be the Kid Goku and Kid Goku double up system. It doesn't matter if you're already ZENKAI or not. Again, he has the most boosts out of any character in the game for this event. Bring up some resource material on the side here. You can see inflicted damage up 50%, 25% from the Dragon Ball Saga, and another 25% from Son family. So he's got a total of 100% buffed damage because he hits all 3 of those tags. So again, please use the Goku. But again, the specific strategy here, and then we'll wrap up, is you want to break the first shield and let it regenerate. And then once you've broken the second shield, that's when you'll hold off a little bit and both activate the Rising Rush simultaneously. You may have just been paying attention to it playing out over there on the left, but analyzing the gameplay a little bit more in depth, you will see that we both basically build our Rising Rush, but because the Demon King Piccolo reliably uses his main ability, he will steal one of the player's Dragon Balls. As of right now, there is no way to see how many Dragon Balls your buddy has. So you'll basically waste this opportunity, this first period of his shield being down, to just get in as much damage as possible and to generally both get Rising Rushes available on both players. Again, he might steal some Dragon Balls, which you'll use this second period of shielding right here while we're being Rising Rushed. You'll use this period of time to then make sure that, again, both players have all the Dragon Balls. As soon as you break his shield and kind of establish that the other player is ready to use his Rising Rush, both players will not be inputting any actions. One person will be just the designated person to activate the Rising Rush, and then the other person will activate theirs, and you'll get that unblockable tandem Rising Rush. You'll see that that's what we're about to do right here. And yes, Goresh was the second. He always waited for me to activate mine, and then I would come in and pick the yellow card always. That was an unspoken part of the agreement, that we would always pick yellow, and that made our perfect maximum damage Rising Rushes much more frequent. The AI does occasionally guess your Rising Rush when you do that way, but it is not very common. So with that being said, that's what we did. We just kind of went in and cleared them all. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds to get through each clear when you use this method. And you just do it like 200, 300, 400 times. And you can kind of bogart and stall for time and get the daily completions in, but ultimately, again, if you want Zenkai 7, you're just going to have to put a significant chunk of time into this. And again, it's just a lot easier when you have someone that you can have this kind of unspoken agreement, this strategy with, or even better if you're in a voice chat, because then you can coordinate the Rising Rushes even better. But as long as you know the person and can communicate well enough to set up this strategy, you should be able to, again, reliably clear this every 35 to 45 seconds and just keep doing it on repeat. Keep sending invites over and over and just grind your way through it. Mine, as you can see from the resource on the right, is at Zenkai 1, probably almost Zenkai 2 at this point, and I'm right at the 50 completions mark. Goresh, as you can see in the little bit of time between the fights as we're queuing up, he's done at least 220 completions, and he's at Zenkai 4, probably like a third or fourth, somewhere in that range away to Zenkai 5. So, again, I did want to thank Goresh for being a silent contributor to this content that brought you here today. Hopefully, the information was at least somewhat useful. Again, I know plenty of people know it's kind of redundant. It's pretty straightforward. Be like, oh, you just gotta fight DKP over and over again. Yes, I do know that, but there is certain techniques, certain tips, certain tricks, and certain coordination with friends that you can take advantage of to make this grind significantly less painful. So I do hope the information was helpful. If you did enjoy it, find it entertaining, useful, consider giving me a thumbs up on the video. Help spread it out so more people can see it. I supremely appreciate everyone that interacts with the video in some way, be it a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. And in that vein, if you are new around here, consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so I can see you again on future uploads. There'll definitely be more content up and coming. Final Fantasy VII as well is launching tomorrow, so I do hope everyone that's interested in that has a good old time playing that. I'm going to continue farming out this Goku here, and until then, I do hope y'all have a great evening. Let me know what your thoughts on this type of Zenkai Awakening, this free-to-play model, this type of grind that actually involves multiplayer playing with a friend. You can actually grind out and suffer together. I definitely want to know what your thoughts are down below. And once again, have a great evening. We'll catch you again soon. Peace out.